As you know, this time of year is playoff times, and the pick'ems, this time things, it's time for the men to step up and the boys to bow down. The thing that changes, of course, the points double. We do a bracket, and we do a bracket similar to the NCAA, and you do the picks the same way we've been doing all year, except all the points double now. The difference though with the bracket is you get 40 points for each person that you get for each team that you get to the second round that you pick. 80 points for each team to get to the third round, 160 for picking the two Super Bowl teams, and then 400 points for picking the Super Bowl champion. So even though there may be some people that may be like 500, 600, 700 points back, there's still 1,940 points out there to get. Plus, the playoff bracket winner gets a bonus of 100 points. 50 points, and then the person who has the best picks in the playoffs gets a bonus of 100 points. So this is the tricky thing about the game. Everybody has a chance to win. Of course, we know in 12 years, only 3 people have finished the regular season as a champion and go on to win the whole thing. And 2 of those years, it was pretty much over in the first round. It was pretty much a blowout. That was the year the guy and Tim won. They pretty much just killed everybody those 2 years. But I just want to get you guys' thoughts about about anything you may do different. We talked about this a little bit in the last couple episodes. Anything you may do differently come playoff time. I'm gonna start with Lawrence, because Lawrence, you kind of got the most. I want to put you on Front Street, but you got more ground to make up than anybody else right now.
No, I've been having a terrible year, but like division wise, everyone in my division has done well except for me. But I am gonna do things a little bit different. I don't have any choice to. I'm gonna have to pick opposite of what like some of the leaders are doing, just to try to attempt to get ahead. The other thing that's going to be interesting this first round is that a lot of these matches are rubber matches, and even more funny thing is that some of these matches just happened this past week.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't go off of just because this team won this week.
Yeah,
they're going to win next week.
Because that's going to be my next point. Derek, last year you made a great run. I think you were, like 25th or something, and then you finished second. Because you picked the Cardinals to go all the way, and then they were one of the few. I think the only person that had the Cardinals in the Super Bowl that pretty much got you at the number 2 spot. And I think you were missing the title by like 40 points or something like that. So that's an example of how you can come from far back and still have a chance to win it.
Am I going to do anything different? Absolutely not. I'm even picking the Cardinals to go to Super Bowl again. I'm picking. We'll get to the picks later, but. I'm going with the same strategy as last year.
All right, I'm gonna kind of go with favorites this year. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm in the top 10, so I'm in decent shape. But the thing I try to look at it the most is not just matchups, but I look at a team. Like you look at a team, you say, well, you can see it can beat this team, can it beat that team, but do you actually see that team winning 3 games in a row? And so I don't even try to look at who they gonna play first. I look at, can you actually see this team winning 3 games in a row? Because it's one thing to have a team, go out in the first round, but that's fine. But if you pick that team to go to the Super Bowl and they lose in the first round, then you're hit. It's just bottom line. Sean, your thoughts on the playoff system?
Well, I'm gonna pretty much go with a similar strategy as I had in the past, which is I pick the same teams in the brackets as I do, with the weekly picks. But I might have to go a little different. I'm in the upper echelon of players, but I still need some things to work my way to win, so I can't just pick all the favorites. So I'll probably go with somebody that has a realistic chance, but may not be the favorite.
All right, yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. A lot of people, some people do that. They may pick in their picks different than their brackets, and that's the way you guarantee you some points one way or another. But you limit yourself to get as many points as possible doing that too. So, but sometimes if you are in if you're far ahead, that may be a good strategy. But you're in the middle, or or towards the upper middle, you need to pick your pick close to your bracket. Now let's go ahead and get to some of the playoff games this week. The first game this week, Jets at Cincy. Like we said earlier, the Jets played the Bengals
Just
this
past week. Yeah.
I don't know how much substance we can put in that game. It didn't seem like Cincinnati. I guess in the first quarter they did something they were trying to play, but then after that I think they just gave up. it's just to me back they win the playoffs. They got in because the coach gave up, because they definitely lost that game, and then the Bengals gave up that last week. So I think Cincinnati circles the wagons and comes back and beats them at home. I don't think they're gonna play that bad. Even though the thing that did scare me, the way the just O line was just pushing the Bengals D line back, it was just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I think the Bengals find a way to win at home. I think the difference is going to be, even though Palmer and the Bengals passing game has been bad this year, I think when the game on the line, I think he finds a way to make a play. Well, I don't think Sanchez can do that. So I picked the Bengals by 4. I think. Yeah, I picked the Bengals by 4.
Like I like Cincinnati in this game as well. I think if they can just neutralize just running game, they can force Sanchez to beat him, and I think Sanchez will make some mistakes that could cost them the game. So I like Cincinnati.
How much?
By 7.
All right. Derek?
I think I initially picked the Jets, but listening to some of you guys' arguments and the fact that the Bengals will be at home, I'm inclined to look at Cincinnati as an option. I think I'm going to pick them to get out.
So you can't make up your mind like Brett Favre? All right, Lawrence.
No, I'm picking the Jets.
I think I'm gonna pick Cincinnati too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is a banner year for them. You know what I'm saying? They won their division. They're in the playoffs after a short absence, and I think they're gonna like Ennis said. I think they're gonna come out, and if it does come down to the crunch time, I have more faith in Carson Palmer pulling them through than Mark Sanchez.
All right. How much you got about?
I think Cincinnati by 10.
All right. Next game, Philly at Dallas. It's another rematch from last week. The Eagles pretty much, and this is a game the Eagles were trying to win too, but they got embarrassed. The Eagles already talking trash about this, and they don't want to let that happen again. I went with the Cowboys mainly because they're at home, 1, and 2. The one thing we were talking about how inconsistent Cowboys offense has been all year, but the defense has been pretty solid all year. And I think the other problem with the Eagles is they were allowing the big play too much. And if they don't get big plays, they have problems. So I went with the Cowboys by 7.
When has Donovan McNabb ever had a really embarrassing game right after another really embarrassing game? Almost never, right? So that's why I picked Philip.
I mean, you have a embarrassing game. You still got to have a good game to lose.
I mean that's true. But he had a really embarrassing game, and when he comes back hard.
I don't think he had an embarrassing game. He didn't throw any interceptions, did he?
I mean, but it's just like
their defense was mainly. I mean, their offense didn't score, but their defense was the biggest question mark in that game.
You know, even though Dallas did dominate that game, but it's like I still trust the Eagles more in the playoffs than I do Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
They got a good history. They seem to step up in the playoffs until they get to the NFC conference game. Then
that was the old Eagles with them veterans like Brian Dawkins. But you got these rookie receivers out there, rookie running back. We got Westbrook, but I mean, how effective is he gonna be with his injuries? And then they got rookie offensive linemen now. They're not rookies, but they ain't been in the playoffs before.
Yeah.
They ain't the same Eagles.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know what? On paper, Dallas should win this game, but just based on recent history, even though Dallas has overcome the December thing, but can they overcome the playoff thing? Mm-hmm. So I'm still skeptical until they win a game. I might have to stick with the Philadelphia.
How much?
I'm gonna pick them by 7.
Yeah, I picked Dallas by 7. I think the Eagles are going to play a lot better this time around, but I think Dallas is going to have a little bit too much for them on offense. Because their Philly's defense just didn't play all that great, and they're going to make their adjustments, but I don't think they're going to have enough to hold them down.
All right, next